I previously made a video a while ago about the Imperial Storm Commandos and their service in the Imperial Navy during the post-Clone Wars era and in the Galactic Civil War against the Rebel Alliance. So check that video out if you want, as this video is more about the training, organization, and structure of the Storm Commandos. Got it? Fantastic. On to the video. The Storm Commandos began development under the command of Grand Moff Taniel in response to the guerrilla tactics of the Rebel Alliance during the early days of the Galactic Civil War. Taniel placed Crix Madine in charge of the first unit of Storm Commandos deployed. Despite Madine's later defection to the Rebel Alliance, the commando training program continued. Only the best Imperial Stormtroopers would receive this training. These commando forces were created with the intention of performing specific tasks that regular soldiers were incapable of accomplishing. So obviously they were considered an elite unit within the Imperial military structure and operated with small forces with an emphasis on stealth as well as covert operations instead of brute force that normal stormtroopers employed. The Storm Commandos were trained to perform covert assaults, precision strikes, and sabotage operations against enemy forces. You know, really cool covert ops stuff. Storm Commandos were typically deployed into squads that consisted between 3 and 6 commandos. They were normally deployed on operations against enemy leaders ranging from kill-capture missions to sabotage operations in order to destroy important facilities used by their foes. They were even known to take part in assassination missions, targeted strikes against a target. The primary mission of the unit meant that they were experts in guerrilla tactics as they were created in response to rebel guerrillas. The commandos had a reputation for ferociousness in combat that exceeded those of ordinary stormtroopers, and they were often used to put down insurrections and revolutions near rebel hotbeds. Storm Commandos were especially trained for counterinsurgency missions with priority placed on rebel targeting, and they were often involved in missions such as siege breaking, sabotage, extraction, and even Base Delta Zero operations against hard targets, which Base Delta Zero was a naval code for complete surface destruction of a planet, mostly through orbital bombardment. Other missions involved causing uprisings on target systems against governments which were hostile towards the Empire. In addition, they were used against uprisings that were within Imperial control. To further their skills, each commando was also an expert pilot and was quite capable of operating many other vehicles. A unit of Storm Commandos could range from 4 to 40 commandos in strength, divided into 4 equal parts. The first were standard commandos trained and equipped as line units. The second were assault specialists with additional training on how to operate vehicles and artillery blasts. The third were designated as saboteurs and particularly resourceful even for Storm Commandos, given extra strength in stealth, demolition, and countering security systems. The last and fourth part were dedicated technicians meant to repair a wide range of technology and often assisting the saboteurs. Think of the Imperial Storm Commandos kind of as the United States Army's Green Berets. There are several different troops who have different specialties, but all of them are kind of cross-trained in what they need to do with each other's jobs. So like in the Green Berets, you could have a Special Forces medic on the team, a sniper, a weapons sergeant, an intel sergeant, an explosives expert, and officers. And then they each have their own juniors in an ODA team, which would consist of about 12 men. However, Storm Commandos are a bit more flexible on the numbers aspect. Although Storm Commandos were not assigned to a specific mission, they would often operate in specific sectors. These commandos were granted some autonomy and usually saw action against separate rebel forces and had directives from Comp Nor to suppress and enforce Imperial policies on both civil and military personnel alike. If you want more on the Storm Commandos, feel free to check out my other video on them and their operations during the Galactic Civil War, as this was just about their structure and training. The Storm Commandos would then be deployed en masse against the Rebel Alliance and would especially target rebel scientists. Did you know about the Imperial Storm Commandos before this video? Are there any aspects of their training or structure that I left out? Write in the comments, and thank you for watching.